Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about the Bones X formula, specifically the 56mm 97A version. Now I feel like the release of these Bones X formulas were a little bit weird, because they released, I want to say last year, after the Powell Peralta Dragons were released. The Powell Peralta Dragons had a lot of hype, a lot of marketing pushed out, and then when they released, it was a super hyped wheel. And then for the Bones X formula, I feel like they didn't have a lot of marketing, didn't have a lot of hype, and then they just kind of released. Nowadays, I think a lot bit more people are knowing about them more. I think the Powell Peralta Dragon hype has died down to where these can finally take a shine. And it is actually a really nice wheel. So I've had these wheels, I want to say for about 2 months now, and I've been skating them fairly consistently. And these are my personal experiences with them. Now the wheels have a really nice smooth roll, both on the smoother ground and the rougher ground. I'd say that feeling wise, even though it is a 97A, rolling it maybe feels like between a 92A and a 95A. So it is not going to feel like a traditional 97A wheel. But sliding is really nice with these wheels. These wheels have a really nice long but grippy slide, and I found that getting into that slide is super easy. I would say these wheels, they feel like they slide like a 99A or a 11A, and you really do get the best of both worlds when it comes to getting the benefits of a soft wheel and the benefits of a hard wheel. Now it is not going to handle vibrations as well as other options, which I'll talk about a little bit later, but getting that really nice soft feeling with the really nice slide of a hard wheel makes these wheels one of my favorites so far. Now I found these wheels to be fast in both street and park, but when skating these in a skate park like smooth surfaces, they don't really feel all that special, which is understandable. I feel like they really weren't designed for that. They really just felt like a normal standard wheel, maybe a little, definitely more quieter, maybe absorbs up more vibrations if there is any in a skate park. And to begin with, generally there's not much vibrations at a skate park because it's super smooth. But I didn't have any issues with sliding or any issues with sticking on transition, ledges, flat ground. No problems with that whatsoever. Now where the wheels really excel, it's going to be in street. I found that these did absorb up a good amount of vibrations. They kept their speed really nice, and at the same time they slid really nicely. And as usual on ledges, flat ground, street spots, I found that I keep the speed up. It did reduce a lot of vibrations, and at the same time, I could still slide just like a traditional hard wheel. Now going back to the smooth, slippery surfaces, I found that these wheels grip really nicely on those sorts of surfaces. So if your park is really slippery, and you found that other wheel options don't really work out, maybe these might work out for you. They definitely worked out for me. I was at this one indoor park where it was super slippery. I was on the OJ double durometers, and then the riding surface is a 11A outer, and I was slipping all over the place. So I got those wheels, the Bones X formulas, put them on, and then I didn't have any issues whatsoever after that. Now, but I do find if you aren't careful, and if your board turns too hard or there's a sudden stop or wheel bite, you are going to still slip out. So make sure to keep that in mind. Durability wise, I didn't have any flat spots, and there are no chips in my wheels. So these wheels are holding up pretty nicely. And again, I've been skating them on both smooth surfaces and both rough surfaces. And to be honest, I don't have much else to say about these wheels because I found that they are really similar to the Dragons. But there are still differences between them. And again, I kind of just felt like I was skating a little bit of the same wheel, a little bit different, but a little bit the same. So like I said the same in my Powell Peralta Dragon review video, these wheels are still not the wheel to end all other wheel brands. A dedicated traditional soft wheel is still going to grow much better over rougher surfaces than the Bones X formulas, and a traditional hard wheel like a 99A or a 11A that's not designed for cruising, it's designed for tricks, is still going to outperform the Bones X formula in sliding, rolling on smooth surfaces, keeping speed, like in a bowl or a ramp, those are going to outperform the Bones X formulas. And then the Bones X formula shines in being a hybrid wheel, where you just need the best of both worlds. Maybe you skate rougher spots, where you really do need a softer wheel, but you don't want to sacrifice slide for that softer wheels usually do. Bones X formulas are a really nice option for that. Now, the inevitable comparison between the Dragons, there really isn't that much to say because they really do feel the same. Well, I should say they serve the same purposes. But if you're trying to decide between the two, the Powell Peralta Dragons absorb vibrations and reverse spots much better than the Bones X formulas. But at the same time, their slide is a lot more grippy than the Bones X formulas, and I found that it's a little bit harder to initiate that slide when coming from the Bones X formulas. Now with the Bones X formulas, I found that they aren't as smooth as the Powell Peralta Dragons. There is a little bit more vibration, but it's not so much to where it feels like a 78A versus a 11A. It's nothing like that. It's, I would say it's marginal difference. With that being said, the slide is much longer without being less grippy. It's much easier to initiate than the Dragons, and I really, really like it for that. So I would say if you're trying to decide between the two, what's more important to you? Is it the smoothness and grip of the rolling? Or is it going to be the slide of the wheel, how easy and long it is? So for the former, I would say the Powell Peralta Dragons, and for the latter, I would say the Bones X formula. Now the MSRP of these wheels is going to be $41.95. That's actually pretty on par with other wheel brands like OJs and Spitfires. As for the selection, it's pretty small at the moment. So you only get a small range of sizes, so 52mm all the way to 56mm. So if you like anything smaller or bigger than that range, you're out of luck. You're also limited to only 3 shapes at the moment. It's going to be the Bones V1, Bones V5, and Bones V6. So there aren't going to be a lot of options out there in terms of size. So you wanted something skinnier or something much wider, you are going to be out of luck. So yeah, other than that, I honestly don't have too much to say about these wheels. As for who these wheels are for, like I said, if you skate like a lot of rough surfaces and you don't want to sacrifice the slide when you need the extra grip and smoothness, really nice option for that. You skate a park that's really slippery and you find that no other wheel option works, these are also good, but I would say they excel more in the street rather than the skate park. So yeah, that has been another video. If you think I missed anything or you have a question, just leave them in the comments below. And as always, I will see you in the next one.